What's going on, everybody? This is your boy King Germ, one half of Pod and Saved Our Marriage. Each and every Friday, Queen Germ and myself drop an episode to show the people how Pod and saved our marriage. Now, we're not like most married couples. Most of the time we disagree, but that's the beauty of this show. So, when you get through listening to Sparrows UnderReview, come give us a listen. Each and every Friday on any DSP, go look for Pod and Saved Our Marriage.
Hey everybody, this is JR from West Virginia and Commonplace. I apologize about the mix-up with today's episode of Criminal Minds. It was doing all this extra echo and blah, blah, blah. But Stacey and I decided that we're going to grace y'all with an amazing episode about Tina Turner and a movie starring Angela Bassett. What's love got to do with it? Please let me know what you think about it. Please follow us, subscribe to us, check us out on the TikTok channel, check us out everywhere. And once again, I apologize for a bad episode. It happens sometimes, but I just couldn't get that episode right. I can't get right sometimes. So all the blame's on me. So once again, thank you for tuning in.
Today it's me, JR, and
Stacey.
And we are here with a special review. We went back in time. We went back into the 90s. And we found a great movie. Stacey, could you tell us what it is?
It is What's Love Got to Do with It?
And this movie is a Tina Turner biop, or we'll just call it a Tina Turner fiction. There was quite a few different things in this movie that were, I guess, real, and then certain things that were not real. But we're here to talk about a little bit of everything.
Right. I liked it overall. Obviously, if it's something you haven't listened to or watched or listened to, whatever, you should probably go back and give it a look over, because it has Angela Bassett in it, and she's pretty good.
Yeah, and it has Laurence Fishburne of Neo fame, of all kinds of movies, Boys in the Hood. It has a great ensemble in this movie. A lot of people that go on to be television stars for some strange reason later on in life now, especially Angela Bassett on 911.
Yes.
And Laurence Fishburne was on Blackish, and everybody knows him as Neo from the Matrix movie, so he's got a strong following there, and he has a bunch of array of other movies. So, digging deep into this movie, it tells a story of Tina Turner at a young age. And inside this story, there's a few things that are misrepresented in the movie.
Right. So starting first off, you kind of get confused on it. Like, all of a sudden she's at a church, and of course, she's not listening. She's not paying no attention. She's doing what she wants to do. So right there, it kind of makes her look like, oh, hey, I'm kind of strong-headed and I'm going to do what I want. So it makes her kind of in the future be like, oh, I'm not going to listen to anybody.
A little bit defiant.
Right. And then all of a sudden she's going home and her mama's leaving with no explanation why. So I pulled up the Wikipedia as we're watching the movie here, and I'm just like, why did her mom leave? Like, what happened there? And what's going on with her dad? Was she with him?
And then from there, it's crazy. As soon as the mom and dad leave, her and her grandmother get on a horse, and the next thing you know, she's on a 1950 Greyhound going to St. Louis.
Right. She's 16 years old and going to her sister and her mom. So we need to jump back to what you read on Wikipedia compared to what is in the movie, because obviously we're not interviewing her or anybody related. So the only thing that we can compare is the movie to what we read on Wikipedia. So in Wikipedia, it was at the age of 11 when her mom stepped away from her father for the final time and actually left her, I believe, with her two sisters with grandma, which would be her dad's parents.
Yes.
Side. And then one of her sisters, I read, died in a car accident. And then it skips around a little bit more, so it does kind of jump to where when the grandma dies, she does go back to live with her mother and her other sister.
And next thing you know, they end up in a juke joint in a club, and they're playing some 1950s rock and roll and blues. We'll just call it like a Memphis blues type sound. Right. Real catchy. Laurence Fishburne is in this movie. He's actually singing his parts. And if you don't know from the get-go, Tina Turner's singing the parts that Angela Bassett is in. So to me, where I know the sound it was like, wow, she did a good job lip syncing.
Right. She did a very good job. And this whole movie, I know it's a lot to explain. It's just very fast paced. Like, the first night she was in there, it's like, ooh, I'm in love all of a sudden. And then it's just like everything happens real fast.
Yeah, the second night she's on stage singing.
Second night she's on stage singing. And it goes from there.
5 minutes later, she's living in, she's in a bedroom, almost about to get killed. And
right. And that's another thing I want to go over. I think we read that she had a child with the saxophone player that was in the band. So her first child was not with Ike Turner. It was with the saxophone player, and kinda Ike's girlfriend at the time went a little crazy on her and accused it of being Ike's baby and ended up shooting herself instead of Tina.
Yeah, and then inside the movie it's dramatized a little different.
Right. But that's what I read on Wikipedia, that really did happen, but in the movie it shows before she even has the first kid, the lady comes in and does shoot herself in the movie. It's just everything is made to seem like, I don't know, a little different.
Yeah, and a lot of times you find that dramatized like that for movies because you gotta put a quick spin on things. But like Stacey's saying, it's a lot of things inside this movie that move really, really fast compared to life. And some of the life elements do seem like they would have been a good pitch inside of here, right? Because you would get more of the scandalous portions of this story, because Tina is painted in a very good light in this movie.
Right.
And if you tie everything together, the infidelity on Ike's part with her in real life should show up in this movie, so that it shows the pattern of who Ike is. Because Ike comes off in the very beginning as a nice, charming person.
Right.
He sets up it's a scene that kind of got me, and I was like, man, this is a little trick he's doing. He had the piano and everything playing, and Tina comes over there, and he tells Tina, he's like, it's a little too late to be going home. That's my Ike Turner voice. Or Laurence Fishburne. It's a little too late to be going home, so I set you up a room right here. In the back, you can go in there to sleep, and that leads up to the shooting,
right? With
the other female. I'm not good with remembering names.
Lorraine,
Lorraine, just like Ohio. It's a Lorraine, Ohio out there. Shout out to Ohio. So, inside of this, like he's a very charming person. But it seems in this whole night of things that happen, and I'm sorry that I'm emphasizing just this one part of the movie, but in this whole night, his horns come out. Because as soon as he gets back from Lorraine, Lorraine's been shot, she's going to be stable, blah, blah, blah. She's going through some stuff in the movie. He comes back and he gets consoled by Tina. Tina consoles him, and the next thing you know, that starts their illustrious relationship. Or we won't say illustrious, it starts the beginning of their relationship.
Right, because from the movie it makes you think that that's the night that she got pregnant.
Right.
And had their first child.
Which in turn
is not what happened.
Not at all.
There, no.
And then further when you get in the movie, you hear the influence of the rock in the 60s, and the story gets hardened between 1970 to like 1976. That's when, because in the early 60s they had a few hits. They had the Rolling on the River and different things like that. But when the 70s rolled around, that's when the early 70s, they hit a different plateau. They were more prolific then. And Ike's drug use, which is documented, cocaine was his drug of choice, got more and more heavy. And the one thing that's not depicted in the movie is there's a stance that Ike, at the very beginning of his career, did not do drugs. An incident happened in Las Vegas. He was with two famous people, which we cannot name because it's uncited on Wikipedia, but they claim that it was two really famous people. Introduced him to cocaine, and that's where he got hooked. Mm. And mind you, the thing that this movie doesn't do for Ike Turner, it doesn't paint the picture of a man that has gotten Grammys. He's won awards for his contributions, and he's considered one of the pioneers of blues rock.
Right. It kind of paints the picture of, hey, I'm in this bar, I meet this woman, I make her famous, I do drugs, beat her, and that's all I do with my life.
Right. In the movie, we don't want to animate the violence or anything that happens in this movie, but there's a backhand.
Right.
His backhand, the way that they make you feel, when he hits you with the backhand, it feels like you do a flip. You go 6 feet from his backhand.
Right.
And that's about like a tennis player's backhand.
Right.
And, you know, Tina, at all points in this movie and even in real life, was physically fit. And Angela Bassett, I mean, she was in the shape of almost a bodybuilder.
Right. And it's like each time you've seen her on screen, her muscles were more defined. And then it's like, dang.
Yeah, it's like, what's going on here?
Right.
What kind of steroids is she on?
No. I don't think that. I think that that's kind of them portraying in the movie that the further she goes on with the relationship, the stronger she gets. So, and that'll kind of lead towards the last fight that they show in the video. So, you know, might be some triggers in the movie. So, if there's ever any violence or, you know, sexual assault that might trigger you, you know, be careful watching it. Have somebody else watch it for you first. But, you know, there is some stuff in there that, you know, you need a little heads up on. And
especially in today's society, because back then in the 90s, I think we were a little bit less censored on things.
Right.
And, I mean, this movie is very graphical.
Yes.
And it's some instances like the final fight, I won't go into too much detail. But,
I mean, it's been out long enough, we can.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Ike is doing his thing and he hits her with the trademark pimp slap. Or
they're
Ike Turner.
in the vehicle, yeah.
They're in the limousine. And then what does Tina do?
Next thing you know, she's just right on him. Like, I feel like that was her breaking point. She has taken enough. And she's like, I'm going to stand up for myself right now.
And she takes the heel of her shoe and hits him in his testicles. And he goes back over.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, she hits him with a Tina hard right.
Right.
And they get to the hotel, which we don't know what luxury hotel they were in, but they were both bloodied up. And it looked like someone did a number to him.
Right.
And yeah, I figured where he was so doped up, he didn't even care because he's yelling at people. And then that's when something happens in the movie.
They go upstairs. He falls asleep on the couch. She goes into the bathroom in the movie, and I think it just hits her like, I don't have to do this. I don't have to put up with this. I'm ready to go away. And she just starts running across the highway, and it makes you wonder, like, one, why did it take so long? Two, I'm proud of you for finally walking away. I'm proud of you for being strong enough to be able to make that decision. No judgment for staying as long as you did, you know, because everybody's different. They heal and learn from mistakes, you know.
Circumstances and situations.
Right. Exactly. So then she runs across to another hotel and introduces herself. Yeah, the Ramada Inn. And asks for the manager and introduces herself. And
36 cents and a mobile card,
yes.
Which is a gas card at that time. And next thing you know, she's doing looks like a little Las Vegas review. She's doing like some different songs. She goes to court with Ike. She doesn't want anything.
Right.
She
wants her name.
Just wants her name, Tina Turner. And then she walks away from that. And she goes on to record probably the best music of her life. But in between that, she's doing like a little cabaret thing where she's doing covers of other songs and 70s fusion. A lot of the other communities are out there watching her and things and dressing up like her. And, you know, they're all having a good time at the show. And then she meets some type of agent.
Right.
And next thing you know, her movie's starting to get to a close.
Right. And then it wraps up just as quick as it started. I mean, here's everything. We're done. It tells a little bit of the backstory and all that stuff. And kind of his problems, just a few seconds worth. And that's about it. Yeah,
and then it's completely done. The movie is somewhat satisfying in this day and age. In 2021, she actually has another buy-up out that we'll watch at some point.
Yes.
And basically we get to, you know, right now, you know, or at that point in life, you had a story, it was open and closed. Sadly, no matter who passes away, Ike Turner passed away in 2007. He could never get over his demons, and cocaine, you know, stayed with him throughout his career.
They said, I read that he got clean for a while and just relapsed, and a couple years later, it, you know,
took his life.
It led up to
complications,
his demise, yeah. complications and stuff like that. I don't think I read that he actually died of a cocaine overdose. It was some type of medicine that was used to treat bipolar disorder.
Seroquel.
Or bipolar disorder,
Yeah,
Alzheimer's,
Seroquel.
and schizophrenia.
I believe it was Seroquel that they said. When I looked in the Wikipedia.
Right.
So, the take on this movie for my part is this is something that it's kind of good to go back and watch. So, yeah, there's so many qualities in movies that you can watch, but this one hits key points here. It tells a story about someone that's famous. There is some fiction in there, but it does a great part of telling the story of Tina. It tells you what's love got to do with it.
Right. And this is based off of her, is it a
song?
No, not a song. Did she wrote a book, or a book wrote about her or something
Tina.
like it? Yes. So it was based off of that. And I know that a lot of it has to be adjusted. Obviously, it's for, you got to have the entertainment purposes. But I think a few things that we could have added in there, like let us know a little more what's going on. I think I say that in every movie that we watch is give me a little bit more of the backstory.
Yeah, because essentially one thing that I would want to touch on is that I want to know about the full breakdown. Because, as a human, we don't know someone's breaking point.
Right.
You never get that illustration. I don't care what I hear. They'll be like, oh, one day I just looked in the mirror and everything made sense. I really wanted to know what happened to Tina in this, and I'm not saying this in a rude way, but inside this one beating that changed everything.
Right.
And that's the only part of this movie that I have to give it a thumbs down on, because it does not tell you that.
Right. And it did show, we kind of missed this part. She did try to leave once in the movie. I don't know whether she tried to leave in real life or what happened, but she grabbed all 4 of the kids, 2 biologically hers, 2 that were not hers, but she helped raise them. Because it's depicted in the movie that Lorraine dropped the kids off on Ike and Tina's doorstep and says, you want to be a father, here you go. And kind of leaves. So here you go, all of a sudden Tina's a mother to 4 kids, and she just packs them up and gets on a bus, and he finds her.
Yeah, quick too.
Yeah.
All with the aid of her mother. That's one person that we didn't talk about in this.
But we don't know if her mother said anything, because was that her mother that answered the phone?
Yes, because Ike bought her mother a house. That was one thing that was inside of it.
Yes. Okay.
So, at certain points, I'd have to say that there was some loyalty to Ike there, because if he's funding your lifestyle, you're going to kind of be nice to someone that's paying your bills.
Right.
So what's your take on this whole movie overall, Stacey?
I think overall, if I wouldn't have, started reading Wikipedia as we're watching it, it was an overall good movie. It was well casted. I don't know if anybody could have done it better than Angela Bassett. I mean, I didn't know a whole lot of the other actors, though. I think she's the only one that I know. But I think it was overall a good movie.
Yeah, and that's my take on it, too, that it was overall a good movie. Just that one middle aspect that if we could go back and just get it. So, like with every other movie that we watch,
right.
I just need that backstory. I need that strong story. And even in the text that we read, we didn't know why that last breakdown.
Right.
And maybe I'll have to go read Tina, or I'll have to watch the new biopic, and I might get...
Right, it might help. What made, if I'm sitting here, if I'm going through the same thing, maybe I need that little bit of help. So what strength do I need to get out of a relationship like that? How did you do it? Teach me what you did. Kind of situation like that.
Right, and that's ultimately what should have been told.
Right. And, that's not a cry for help. I'm healthy, very happy with my relationship.
And me too, except at nighttime. I get hit in my sleep. But overall, I want to thank you for joining me once again for one of these amazing movie reviews. I am JR.
And I'm Stacey.
It can be hard to teach your kids about how their emotions can affect their actions and attitudes. Sometimes it is the smallest thing that can make us angry and react in unkind ways. What Should Dragon Do follows Dragon and her 2 roommates as they navigate the everyday irritations of living together. Dragon responds in anger when things don't always go her way. Through question and answer, kids learn how to choose patience and kindness and how to make better choices. Written by Stephanie Webb with beautiful and colorful illustrations by Kids Art, What Should Dragon Do will make you laugh as you read about Dragon and her adventures with her friends. What Should Dragon Do can be ordered online through Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Chapters Indigo, or directly from the publisher at friesenpress.com. It is also available as an audiobook on Audible.